Oh, wait, no longer greatness has arrived. Welcome to the Trophy Room's pre-show, where we just got back from PAX. Light is on assignment. Nobody yelled that Light's not here or that she's sick. She's literally on assignment doing something pretty darn cool, but we can't talk about her or else they'll...
She's tens of thousands of feet in the air as we speak, I believe.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
So that said, this week, listen, again, it's a little light on the news. I understand. We're coming back from PAX. I'm not feeling it. I'm kind of sickly.
We're both tired boys.
It's just, dude, it's been a week. That feels like a month, but also feels like a day, Kyle Stevenson. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. That said, listen, we're going to play a little game called Guess the Game. I only got a few guesses in me before we start this show. So let's shotgun this. Kyle Stevenson, what the fudge am I looking at?
I don't know, but can you hear how loud Owen is being upstairs?
I heard a little something in the back.
Do you hear that?
Everybody? Can anybody hear that? Chat, let me know.
It's running around like an idiot.
I maybe faintly
loud.
something a little in the back, but nothing too serious.
Well, it sounds like he's coming through the floor.
Well, let's take a look at this ground.
Let's take a look at the ground.
Ooh wee. What do we got here? What do we got here?
Let's look at it. Hey, Cinderloo. Hey, everybody.
What up? Hello, Tommy.
Sweet. Hello.
Yeah, everybody's like nothing.
All right, cool.
Mr. Light.
I'll just have to deal with it on my own. Hey,
handsome son of a gun's made it in the chat. You believe it? Ooh wee. Got to hang out with him. This is nice. All right, Kyle Stevenson.
Yes,
we got a show to do, but we got a game to guess first.
Look at this ground. What are we thinking? Is this a Souls game? Is this Dark Souls 1? It looks
yeah, let's try Dark Souls 1. Let's try that out.
Dark Souls. Nope.
Nothing. 87 Metacritic.
Ooh, this is an Elden Ring.
That's not Elden Ring.
I know.
What are you talking about? It's 87.
I know.
It's not a perfect 10.
I know.
Come on. Guess better, Kyle Stevenson.
What do you mean? You throw out a guess then.
Elden Ring.
All right, see? Look at that.
Let's go.
Elden Ring.
Let's go.
No, of course it's not Elden. PS2. Okay.
Fair enough.
PS2.
Oh wait, this is PS2?
Yes, Joe.
Huh.
I'm
Think
gonna
about it.
skip it. I got nothing.
All right, skip it. Oh, SOCOM.
Which one?
Let's just start first at SOCOM Navy SEALs.
Nope.
Okay, in the vicinity.
So SOCOM 2?
SOCOM 2, let's do it.
Hey, there we go.
That's right, I served my country.
I've never played a SOCOM, so.
Dude, SOCOM PSP was my jam. That is legitimately my jam. Okay. Let's see, just gotta... Where was I? Right here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
What is this? What is this video game? That
looks
Axiom Verge?
Ooh, that's a good guess.
Hey!
On the Kyle Stevenson, everybody give him a round of applause. This guy is a wonderkin.
Look at that. Good video game. Good indie.
Good video game.
Good
indie game. Hoo-wee. Okay. In the chat.
Oh, this is an easy one. It's
What's
an
this?
easy one.
Talk to me.
I'm kidding. It's a green screen one.
Oh shit. oh, I know. Vampire Survivors.
No, really?
Just do it. Just do it.
That'd be wild. 'Cause
I want to jinx
unless
it.
they zoomed in like on a corner of the map. Yeah, okay.
Fuck.
I liked where you were going though. I liked
What
where
if
you're
we
going.
were back to back to back, you know?
This is what
Jeez
theme
Louise.
park or that's a fenced in area. Zoo
Steve
Tycoon.
says Zoo Tycoon.
Let's go Zoo Tycoon.
When does Augustus Light? Listen, I get it. She's everyone's favorite. Light comes back hopefully next week.
Who knows?
She's on assignment.
Who knows?
We can't say what she's done or who she's killed.
Whoa.
Shit.
What?
Signal group chat mess up all over again. Keep on making these mistakes.
Okay. What do we got here? What's going on here? Are those two swords? Is that half a windmill? Is this a gate? Like a
dam?
A dam?
Skip it.
I'm so sorry, Steven Chat. Chat. Thank you for the Zoom. I appreciate that.
I just didn't make the God damn it. Steve, what are we thinking here? 62.
Oh, I know that icon.
Okay.
I know that icon. I don't know that icon. I'm lying. It's an exclamation point.
Skip it one more time. GameCube.
I definitely don't know that icon then.
Justice says it's
Twilight Princess,
but I don't think Zelda games
60?
ever scored a load. I don't know.
I mean, I'll put it in.
I'm not a doctor, but Princess EC.
Nope.
Yeah, it couldn't be
Strategy and pinball. Oh.
I don't like pin. Who cares?
Oh, I know this.
I'm not a 56-year-old man. I don't like pinball.
I know this video game.
Oh, for the other one. All right, my bad.
I know this video game.
Strategy pinball game. Kyle,
yes,
it's
this like
the last one too.
It's an expensive physical GameCube game.
Oh,
I'm keeping my eyes closed because I think I can get this. I won't.
Is it iCarly?
No, it's not iCarly. It doesn't come with a pillowcase.
How disturbing!
Oh my god! I'm gonna
Question
skip it again.
For the iCarly limited edition, 2006, by the way. This is a joke for a PAX. Guess the game. Who thought putting that in the limited edition was a good idea?
The same dude that the Nickelodeon docs were made out of or made for.
Kyle Stevenson.
Oh my god! I know this game. It's like Nobunaga. Let's go Ambition 2. Damn it. No, wait. It's the video game. I'm going to see the name and I'm going to get mad.
Hey now, Rock of Ages? Steve says.
I don't think it's Rock of Ages because Rock of Ages is a pinball game.
Okay, I'm trusting you.
Is it Demons something? Demons Tilts? Let's go Demons Tilt. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let's send it. Oh, Tom, that was the name of the game. Yep. Thank you, Steve. I wasn't looking at chat because I thought I had it.
Ironically, my favorite game. All right, let's do this, Kyle. Let's stop guessing the game. All right, let's get into the show.
What a party pooper over here. Jeez Louise.
I'm so tired now. And I don't know why I chose standing. I don't know
either. That's on you.
Oh, goodness gracious.
All right, everybody. Are you recording, Joe?
Yeah. I may or may not be. Who knows?
We'll see you in 19 seconds, everybody.
Wait no longer. Greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 427 of the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where we chat about the latest and greatest in all things PlayStation each and every week. This week, we talk about our time at PAX East. Sony confirms that it's thinking about a price increase for the PlayStation 5. A brand new first party studio is announced and no one's excited, and some juicy game previews, and so much more as we do it live each and every Wednesday night over on youtube.com/PS Trophy Room at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard and on podcast feeds the very next day after. Alongside me, the greatest co-host who ever is, who ever will be, the birthday boy himself, Mr. Kyle Stevenson, the Prince of PAX. How are you doing, sir?
The Prince of PAX? Who named me that?
I just did.
Oh, okay.
That's a good nickname, dude.
All right. I see you added something more words to my intro. So
Yeah,
you're feeling it a little bit,
I had
Joe.
to make it juicier than that, dude.
Yeah.
Gotta make it juicier than that. You kidding
Okay,
me?
I thought I made it a little juicy.
Yeah. Listen,
You do it then.
yeah, fair enough. Maybe I will. Kyle Stevenson, I do want to ask you as the starter question of the show.
Uh-huh.
How are you recovering from PAX East? And should you have taken an extra day off?
I did actually. I had one day off.
Nice. Okay, good.
I'm still very tired.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, for PAX, it was great time. I love seeing so many people. I love getting to run to Steve in chat, aka Still Can It, because Joe thought his name was Steve. I love running into Hambone. I loved running into Cullen, who gave us these little pins here, who will be on my mic right here.
Yes.
No, Cullen.
I mean,
K-Rock. Sorry, K-Rock.
Come on, get it together.
Yeah, so like it was great running into people, but yes, I'm very, very, very tired.
As you can tell. We're both, dude, so exhausted. My dumb way of thinking was like, you know what? Monday I'll come into work. How hard's it gonna be? I'm feeling great from PAX, truly. I don't think I'm gonna hurt that bad. And I was partially right. I come into work on Monday. I'm like, you know what? Maybe a little sore, but I'm okay. Then I decide, for whatever reason, to just get up from my chair.
How dare you?
My desk.
How dare you?
And then I heard a pop
and
a crack.
Sure.
And that pop and crack, there was no snapple or pop. It just hurt so bad. So ever since my lower back, my left side of my back is just completely done. Where I am considering maybe this Monday, I like kind of take the day,
Sure.
like maybe I don't go so hard in the paint. But truthfully, we talk about like our PAX haul, quote unquote. Sincerely, this little pin right here. Let's see if the camera gets it right here. Cullen Strong right there. We saw K-Rock multiple times at the PAX floor. He gave us these pins for Cullen as his boy is fighting cancer, and I thought that was just so incredibly nice, and it just made me think of how grateful I am of this community, and just every time I think about like this show, I always think about how it's become a little bit bigger than us, and sometimes people need this show more than I think they do. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So yeah, thank you. And Kyle, I think you nudged me that you're like, a lot more people are stopping us on the PAX floor, which I thought was nuts. Until you embarrassed me. Don't say that.
I embarrassed you?
Yeah.
At what point did I embarrass you?
We're at the Devolver booth, we're schmoozing it up, and you go, hey, this is my friend. And I go, what's that? Is that Steve? I go, hello, Steve, and I shake his hand.
That is not how this happened at all.
And lo and behold, Steve was actually Silk Can It. And You know,
What kind of lies are you telling the people? Still Cannon introduced himself to you, and you heard Steve.
I like the way I'm believing it.
Okay. Hey, look at this, our fake news over here.
It's only fake if I say it is. I, I'm so bad at hearing. It like it's gone so downhill where I think I was like 7 and 5 in terms of like getting people's names wrong. Like I was bad. But thank you everybody for that reached out to us and
Absolutely. So
yeah.
still Canet, Hambone, K Rock. Uh man, I know I'm blanking on somebody else that I ran into.
Hambone.
I said it. I said
Yeah.
Hambone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Um
Just so many, dude.
you got to run into Suddy. I did not. I missed
That's
Suddy
right.
again.
That's right.
Yeah, it
Which
was very cool. PAX was great.
yeah. Fantastic. Also, I just want to highlight Mr. Light right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a pleasure to meet and speak with. If you're watching, hello, Kyle and Joe. Your impact is amazing. Your impact's amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, Kyle, but I think for the first time, I had like a different feeling on the floor because, like, truly, I felt like we had a team. You know what I mean? Like it was you, me, Light, and Mr. Light, and we're all just one cohesive unit. And I don't know. Did you get that sense? Did you get that feeling?
Oh yeah, for sure. It was a weird feeling for sure. It
Yeah.
felt like it was tough. It was tough for me this
Mm,
PAX. Um because you're not always at PAX, right? And
mhm.
I introduced myself to Light and Mr. Light last PAX.
Yeah.
And we weren't doing anything together until months ago at this point. So I'm so used to focusing on just 6-1 indie stuff that
Mhm.
it felt like I had two families that I was balancing all
Yeah.
weekend long, and I feel like I failed both of them. So I apologize on both behalves.
No,
There's a lot
no.
going on.
Listen, your
Yeah,
two podcast dads. I will say Mike's stepdad. He's the cool stepdad. He makes you you get to bum his weed from the basement off of him. You know, first off, no, you didn't feel like that. But I felt like there was a great balance. Also, I mean, I can't say anything. I'm under NDA. There will be an assassin
yeah.
at my doorstep. But
Don't
like,
say anything.
oh man, end of the month is gonna be big for y'all. So I'll say this. The one thing I was very proud of you at PAX was this was I feel like the first time of you owning the spot that you're in. Because usually
Mm,
you're like, I don't deserve this, I don't deserve that. And I always say you're a fool, you do deserve this.
mhm.
You handsome man. And this is the first time I felt like you were truly in your element and you were letting the praise hit. And instead of going, I don't deserve it, you're like, no, I do deserve this. And I like that a lot.
Yeah,
So
I try. I'm working on it.
yeah.
I appreciate it.
I mean,
Uh,
love Ben one, if I could just interrupt. New Superman trailer. Let's go and go Knicks.
Hell yeah. So on that note, thank you for highlighting that.
Please.
When we got into Boston last Wednesday,
Yeah.
which is weird because we usually record on Wednesdays. So we recorded early last week. What a
Yep.
whirlwind. And that Wednesday night we went to a Red Sox game. And it was incredible. Fenway's awesome.
Yep.
I'm glad to cross off my bucket list. Minus the fact that you could tell this was an old stadium because those seats are tiny. And not
Dude.
just for me being a big guy. Other people who were twice my size
Yep.
were like, yeah, no, they are notoriously very tiny. And
Whew.
we had a great time. But the reason why I bring this up and why Ben saying go Knicks reminds me, my hotel was right across from the Garden where the Knicks were playing the Celtics, and I'm from New York. I grew up a Knicks fan. I mean, go Mets, Nisa, but for that time, sure, go Red Sox. So my hotel where I was staying, we were right across from the Garden. So while we were at the the Sox game, I was checking up on the score, and the Knicks were down bad at halftime. and behind me, directly behind us, was a young couple on their first date.
Yeah.
And the dude was doing everything that I was taught not to do. He was mansplaining baseball. She was drunk, so I don't think she
Did you think she was drunk?
noticed. She was a little tipsy.
Okay. Let's see. It's like,
But the
babe,
whole
go
time,
understand. There's 3 strikeouts. You're out.
oh my god, it was awful, and he was still getting things wrong too. What was wild.
Yeah.
Anyways, towards the end of the Red Sox game, I was checking the score, and Mike is also a native New Yorker. And I would lean over and go, "Hey, Mike, the Knicks are only down by 9." And then every once in a while, the Knicks are coming back closer and closer. I would lean over. And at some point, it was the 9th inning. I think the Red Sox are only up by 2.
Yeah.
And there were 2 people on base for the Rangers. And obviously, it was very tense. It was stressful around us. And I lean over. It's like the Knicks are up by 1. And the guy behind me goes, "What the fuck did he just say?" And he started going off, and I had my Mets hat on, and I was like, "Bring on the chaos! I have no stake in this baseball game. I'm a fan of another team.
Yep.
Give it to me. I'm enjoying this right now."
I saw Kyle at his most toxic because, like, yeah, he was like cheering the home team a little bit, but every time like it got close or like the Rangers who were winning in the beginning, Kyle had like a shit-eating grin on his face, and like every time he'd whisper it to Mike, it wasn't a whisper. It's like, "Hey, Knicks are up by 2."
Yeah, exactly.
and then you just sit back. You just let the chaos reign.
It was amazing.
And the guy, I remember the one point, like when the Celtics lost, the guy's like, "I swear to God, if we don't win here, I'm going to kill myself." I was like, "Whoa, brother, that would make a lousy first date and a lousy first impression." That said, great PAX. I also have, number 1 Elden Ring fan here. I took a gift from PAX. This is the Elden Ring Night Rain lanyard. Incredibly limited edition. This is incredibly hard to come by. All right. I was able to snag a lanyard of Elden Ring Night Rain. And then I was also snagged a bunch for everybody. So I think there's a couple in here. So, if you want a
don't let this man lie to you. They are not rare. There's a giant thing that you just took them from.
Yeah. But they let me. Oop, drop one. Nuts. The point is, I have a lot of these. If you want one, DM me. We'll talk. I'll mail these to you. Okay. Patrons, first come, first serve. I think I got like 8. All right. Let's
Shout
talk
out to
about
Tommy
this.
for the $2 super chat. Just because of the anti-Boston aura.
Hey, thank you.
New York till the day I die.
That's right. But also beautiful stadium. Okay, gang.
You need to fix your roads, though. I don't understand.
Also, your drivers almost hit like 3 women. Like it was nuts.
Really quickly, was it Saturday? It was Saturday. Our last day. We did a group lunch trophy room at South Street Diner. Great diner, delicious food.
Great.
Then with 6-1 Indy, we went back to the diner. And that Uber driver drove past the diner and dropped us off 2 blocks away. It was like, "Oh, I missed it. It's back there. Get out." Like, excuse me? What are you talking about, dude? And it wasn't 2 blocks. It was like a 7 to 10 minute walk. I'm like, what?
Wow.
What are we doing?
Wow. All right. Boston. Also, my Lyft driver gave me a heart attack because as I'm supposed to leave, I found out, my train's early. It's actually leaving at 8:20. And I was like, "Oh God, I gotta go." 2 of my Lyft drivers just canceled while I was trying to get home. I was like, "These Boston people."
And you were like, "I'm gonna walk it." That was a half-hour walk.
Yeah, but I feel like I could have done it. I felt like I could have.
Okay, for an 8:20 train.
I mean, if I at a brisk pace.
Think of how tired you were on Monday. You got up out of the chair and you felt the pop.
I think it could have. I think
all right. Okay.
The adrenaline.
I also realized that the reason why my back hurts so bad, it is 1,000% my mattress.
100%.
After day 1, after sleeping at the hotel, Thursday was rough. I was in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
But the rest of PAX, my back was fine. My legs were tired, of course. And now I'm back here. Guess what? My back hurts again.
Culprit found. That said, Kyle, let's get into the show. There's a whole lot of PlayStation news to talk about and not enough time to, so let's do it. Before we do that, of course, our Patreon pitch. Like we say each and every week, if you ever got you through a long car ride, a tough day at work, whatever the case may be, it really does help us out, even if it's just a buck our way over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. It's the reason why we look so great, we sound so awesome. It's because of your generosity over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. Even this new streaming setup is all Patreon funded, and we could not be here without your support. So thank you. I want to thank our newest members, R. Lee Upper 90 at the silver tier, Caleb Cook at the platinum tier, our premium producers, Todd Burwitz and Toxic, and introducing the Hall of Greats, K-Rock's kiddo Cullen. I told him at PAX, I was like, listen, Cullen, much love. He's fighting a good fight. He's inspiring us all here. The least we can do is shout his name out each and every week. So he's an honorary patron. He's an honorary premium sub. Thank you, Cullen, so much.
For as long as the mic is alive and well, the ribbon will be right here every show.
That's right.
On the video.
That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna be putting the pin somewhere in the background. I gotta find a good place that it doesn't roll off of. That said, I want to thank our platinum members, JC, Jedi Master and Cowboy Danger D, Jonas Young, The Green Gorilla Gamer, Chaotic Monkey, Ryuko Kill 90, Stephen Flesh, Strubles and Bits, Aaron Bertos Maximos, Tommy, Chris, Hybrid 748, Matt Valdez, Silkanet, Decimine, Mitchell Gramling, Mike Thomas, and the Enchanted Goat. Our gold members, Cypher Primus, Doth Simon the Pie Man, Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hyde Indoors, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Marcus O'Neill, The Red Arrow, Ageless Hermit, Androsaur, Astronaut Jr., The Winter Gamer, Stingray X, Robbie Bobby Miller himself, Brenton Zachary, Final Fan XZ, Hambone, lovely meeting you, sir, JD Dillinger, Stone Cold, E.T., Tino Sixspeed, and Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, Solo, Matthew King, Duh Overlord, Dewane Raksha, Drellish, Rick Davis, Steph Mildener, Samuel Nestling, Maximum Carnage, Michael Hassett, Drug Prowlin Wolf, Manix Visia, Jazz and Bren, Tristan Wonderland, Battered Haddock, and the Lord Commander Suddy. Thank you all so much. And now it is finally time to square up the maybe news.
Shout out to our YouTube members, Nisa Hauer, The Kush Completionist, Pops Arcade, Strubles and Bits, and Tommy. So go ahead and become a member on YouTube. Get a little trophy next to your name.
Yeah,
it's great.
Nice. It's nice. All right, now it's time to square up the news.
In the least shocking of shocking news ever, Sammy Barker writes over at Push Square, even more PS5 price increases being considered by Sony. Sony has confirmed it is considering more PS5 console price increases and moving manufacturing of the system to the USA as a result of tariffs implemented by President Donald Trump. As part of its, I just threw up a little bit in my mouth reading that name out loud. As part of its financial forecast for the coming fiscal year, Sony said it expects roughly 100 billion yen, around $680 million in tariffs. To compensate, Sony CFO Lin Tao said that the company is considering, quote unquote, passing on the impact of those tariffs will have on its bottom line to the consumer. This is a consideration across the firm's entire line of products and isn't limited to just the PS5. And Stephen Tortillo, quoting to Toki, quote, PS5 is being manufactured in many areas. Whether it's going to be manufactured in the US or not, it needs to be considered going forward. We're not in such a critical situation, end quote. That last line suggests Toki isn't rushing to break ground on PS5 factories in America. Now, back to the Push Square article. Rather than the traditional price drops of past generations, the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S have instead seen their costs rise since 2020. Not even the first price increase of the last 5 years, the PS5 went up in cost last month across the UK, Europe, and Australia. The base PS5 digital edition went up by 40 UK
pounds.
Pounds, thank you, and 50 euros in Europe. Sony has also hiked the price of its PS Plus subscription service in various territories. what did I say? Territories?
Yeah.
Territories over the past month. Earlier today, Sony announced it has sold 77.7 million PS5 consoles since its launch in 2020, with 18.5 million units purchased in the last fiscal year, ending March 31st, 2025. It's slightly behind the PS4 when launch aligned, but software sales are on the up, and it expects first-party sales to increase.
Ooey, ooey. Kyle Stevenson. Let's first talk about the price increase. So they're saying it out loud, just like we talked about, what is it, a week or two back, where it's like, hey, listen, they're gonna have to have an answer to their investors as to what do these tariffs mean for Sony and the PlayStation at large. And their answer is we are considering it. Now, as of right now, Trump has lowered the tariff from 149% down to 30% because China was not going to talk to them otherwise. So they lowered it and now they're in talks, right? So, with all that said, with all that out of the way, Kyle Stevenson, why hasn't PlayStation just announced the price increase yet? Why not just bite the bullet and go, guys, it's $100 more?
I don't know. Maybe because there isn't like that much exciting news on the PlayStation front currently. So having a price increase be an official announcement on the price increase, not sit as well because there's nothing to kind of sweeten the deal a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, we have Death Stranding at the end of June, but like, what else is there to kind of like lessen the blow of price increase?
Well, I mean, let's talk about it. Last week, a week or two ago, Xbox comes out saying, hey, we're upping the price of games to $80. Our console we're upping from anywhere from $70 to $100. Like, and they're not even the market leader. So why isn't Sony the market leader going, well, because of market conditions, we're raising the price of our games to $80 and the console to $50.
In the same breath, that also followed Forza coming to PlayStation, Gears announced coming to PlayStation,
God bless.
Indiana Jones on PlayStation, South by Midnight just recently coming out. They've had other things that are under the Microsoft umbrella come out that are generally positive.
Okay.
So like there was something sweet to the sour a little bit.
You're saying, hey, listen, Doom is out now.
Yeah, Doom, yes, exactly.
And okay, I feel you there. I like listen, I hate the man to the core, but Luke Lore makes the worst person you ever met made the best point. Luke Lore writes, PlayStation hasn't treated its fans well in almost a year, save for Astrobot. It stings. I mean, listen, PlayStation as a whole, in terms of like game releases, yeah, it's been quiet for like a year. They don't have, I don't think right now, save for a state of play maybe at the end of the month, a good blanket of news to, backdrop to the bad news. That could be a PR spin. But I also just don't think right now PlayStation is in a particularly great spot to do that. And what I mean by that is, just bear with me here, folks. Xbox right now, just think of them as a third-party publisher, right? They're making bank on their software and they're trying to make even more money on their software. That's why you're seeing their games come to more places. They're not putting any real emphasis anymore on Xbox. It's more about play anywhere. So in Xbox's position as a publisher, it really doesn't hurt them to jack the prices up on, let's be honest, the game that they're talking about in holiday is Call of Duty, because they know you're going to buy Call of Duty, right? So it doesn't hurt them the way that I think people perceive it hurts them. For PlayStation, their bread and butter is this ecosystem. Like, look, right now, it's like $1 million-ish behind the PS4, the PS5 is. So like, you take a look at the software sales are on the up, and that's great and all. But at the same exact time, PlayStation is still reliant solely on its, or almost solely on its ecosystem, the PlayStation 5. So it would hurt them, it would behoove them even to jack up the price of PlayStation 5 right now, I think. So I think they want to hang on to this price as long as they can, as long as they have PS5s in the warehouse. And I think that's what they're kind of waiting for is, hey, once these PlayStations in the warehouse that we have stockpiled go, then we can consider what happens in the next few months. Because one would have to think these trade conversations, tariff conversations that China and the US are having, one would think they would be over sooner rather than later. And maybe PlayStation is waiting as much time as they can to save themselves the bad press. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does.
Crushed it. Okay, Kyle Stevenson.
Hi.
How about this 77.7 million PlayStation 5 consoles shipped? How do you think about that number? Is that a good number to you?
Yeah.
A million behind PlayStation 4? Is that good news for PlayStation?
Yeah.
How so?
How
Because
so?
I see that. Listen, I'm welcome to me playing a little devil's advocate, okay? A little fast and loose. Listen, picture me with little devil horns and a little pitchfork. I'm literally Mr. Bad Bit right now. Okay. Little evil bit. If this is more evidence as to the console market isn't growing, it's stagnating. Should this maybe ring alarm bells to PlayStation going, well, maybe this is another reason we don't raise the price of these things? Because everything I've been hearing over the past week and a half is like, man, PlayStation 5 should be $300 right now. Shouldn't be 400, 500, right? They should be lowering the barrier to entry for newcomers. It seems like they don't care about that anymore. So I don't know. Do you think I'm overreacting? Do you think that's a good number or a cautious number?
That's a great number. I think you're overreacting a little bit.
Yeah.
It's 77.7 million PS5s out there. That's great. I think the only reason why it is stagnating a little bit is because of the economy. I don't think
Right.
it's because the console's bad. And like Leonard here in chat brings up the great point, and they said it here. People are buying the games.
Right.
It's not like they're just buying a console, buying one or done. Like software sales are doing well. So I don't think there's any cause of like crazy concern.
Okay. All right. Pitchfork down. I don't think I think there's a small alarm to go off. Like if there is one canary, maybe it's coughing a little bit. But I would look at that number going, you're right. For a console that has come out of COVID, with all the production woes that had because of a global pandemic, and then coming into like a global tariff situation, and it hasn't really come down in price. It's still staying competitive with the PlayStation 4. Yeah, I think you're right. That's a good number. I don't think it's the best number though. And it sucks just because of why'd you give me that? Why'd you give me that look?
I just like it. It's slightly behind the PS4. Slightly. It's not far behind where the PS4 was in that life cycle.
Yeah.
The PS4 did great. Like I don't know. It feels like we're worried about nothing at this point.
All right. Okay. But listen, if I swear to God, I see every day people like I'm switching to PC.
Well, have fun.
All right, fair enough.
You want to tell the story of what happened when you played on mouse and keyboard at PAX?
Sure, it sucks. And actually, let's talk about that for a second. Mouse and keyboard players, you make me sick. I just thought of it. Look at that. Almost upchucked. I almost hurled. The worst. I was here playing Killing Floor 3. I love Killing Floor 1, love Killing Floor 2. I have not played serious on a mouse and keyboard shooter in over like 10 years, I would like to think. Like, yeah. No, Overwatch. I think Overwatch was the last one. However long the first Overwatch was. Launch year. So 9 years, maybe 8. Anyway, another point. I was watching for 45 minutes. I was like, I'm a big fan, talking to the developer, and I'm like, listen, I've never played on mouse and keyboard. I have not in years. And he's like, it's all right, man. It's whatever. Died first round, first 5 minutes. Guy was embarrassed for me. That's how I'm just gonna get up. I'm just gonna leave.
And you had an existential crisis for the rest of the time. You're like, I can't believe I embarrassed myself in front of the team who I said I love their game so much, and I failed.
It's like literally the worst I've ever seen in my life. And like an hour, like we got into the Crimson Desert booth, Light and I, and we both looked at each other because there's like configurations of like the mouse, keyboard, and controller. We both looked at each other like, if we get mouse and keyboard, I think we're like, I think we are toast. This is not a good look. But yeah, so that said, I think it's a good number. I think it's a good number. I think we're okay. I think there's a little canary chirping though. That's it. Because Kyle Stevenson, let's be honest,
There
if
ain't
this
no
if this
canary.
if this console is still $500 in 2 years, do
Uh-huh.
we really think the PlayStation 6 is like a $500, if not $600 console?
I don't think what the price is now is going to impact what the price is for the next console. I think it's whatever they decide to put in it is what's going to be the price.
Okay. Sidebar question.
Yeah.
I think I talked about this last week, but when do we think the PlayStation 6 comes out? That's another.
Oh, I can't think that. I can't think about that. We're
Come
only
on, just
we're
try.
I mean, we are 5 years in.
Yeah.
This November will be 5 years in. 2029.
Yeah. I think it lasts a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Truly.
Sure.
Because of what's happening here, I think it draws out a little bit, but man, we got to get prices down on these consoles. Truly.
Hell
yes.
yeah, T. Mr. Bad on mouse and keyboard bit.
Yeah, and I'm proud. You know what?
Yeah, there you go.
Easy. I'm proud. I'm proud to be bad on mouse and keyboard bit because it's gross. Also, Enigma Heart in the chat. What a great roommate he was.
Yeah.
Way
Oh,
better than last year's roommate.
I knew I forgot somebody. Yeah. We got to hang out with Enigma a little bit.
Yeah.
It's great.
It was great. I snuck first row into Light's panel that she did. She crushed it, by the way, second place. Then you know what I say, second's the best, first is the worst. That audience sucked. But we snuck in the first row, and Enigma is like, he gave me, I forget, the cards that we needed. And I go, here, just sit right next to me. He's like, oh no, they probably want media or something. I'm like, fake it till you make it, dude. Sit right down. Sit like you belong here, damn it. And we enjoyed that show. All right, last bit of news before we get out of here, okay? Or get on to the next story, rather.
Mm-hmm.
Portal Pals Unite. I got this news from one of my Discord chats. Genki over at the Bad Place announces Sony president and CEO Hiroki Totoki says that the PlayStation Portal has been a, quote, strong and profitable peripheral, unquote, that they will continue to focus on. God bless PlayStation Portal. God bless you. That's all. Kyle Stevenson, let's talk about the studio that no one's excited about. Take it away.
Let's. Serena Khan over at PS Lifestyle writes, new PlayStation Studio announced, fans already unimpressed. Sony Interactive Entertainment has unveiled a new PlayStation Studio, the announcement of which has left players scratching their heads. Called Team LFG, the developer has been tasked with making quote-unquote immersive multiplayer worlds. Without reading the full announcement, nearly everyone assumed, us included, that LFG in the name was social media lingo of let's fucking go. It turns out LFG here stands for looking for group, a common terminology in multiplayer games. Weird name aside, Team LFG claim that their first game is, quote, and get ready for this, everybody, a team-based action game that draws inspirations from fighting games, platformers, MOBAs, life sims, and frog-type games, end quote, leading to a large number of comments on social media and gaming forums asking what frog type is. But that's not the only issue players have. The smorgasbord of genres thrown into the mix for Team LFG's first game has left a lot of people unimpressed. Quote, does that scream live service slop to anyone else? A fan asked on Reddit. That sounds like a wild combination to press into one game, a Reset Era user wrote. Team LFG has been spun off from Bungie and is comprised of developers who have worked on franchises like Destiny, Halo, League of Legends, Fortnite, and Roblox, among others.
Okay, Kyle Stevenson. Let's talk about the topic at hand.
Uh-huh.
What the is a frog game?
I don't know. Are we talking Frogger here? Are we talking like Frog Detective?
Frog game.
I don't know. What is a frog type game?
Okay. Let's think about this for a second here.
Yeah, let's.
What if it is Frogger?
There's no way, Joe.
What? It's frog type. Ribbit. That's the only game.
Frogger, I
know.
believe. I think that's trademarked by like Atari or somebody. Like it's not a Sony thing.
I mean, a frog type. What if Kyle Stevenson? What if this game is akin to like I don't know, a Fall Guys? Because that's Frogger-esque in nature. What are you shaking your head for? No.
I'm going to tell you the first thing I thought of, and I don't love it.
Okay.
I thought of Bleeding Edge. Do you remember
You
Bleeding
think that's
Edge?
a Frogger game?
No. Do you remember that Xbox game?
Yeah.
The fighting multiplayer game?
Yeah.
It died upon arrival? That's what I thought of when I read this.
Huh.
And I'm personally, I'm not excited for it. I need PlayStation to figure out what they're doing. I'm happy that there's a new studio. I hope that it has a lot of the folks from Bungie that got laid off, or people within Sony that were looking at being placed within PlayStation, looking for jobs for their other positions being no longer available. Probably not, but I like to dream. It's just like you canceled so many live service games.
Yeah.
But this sounds like a live service game.
100% is.
What are we doing? I thought that time was gone.
Let me try to find this because okay, right here. I'm gonna share something on our screen as to what I think this is. Right here. So Team LFG, this is the image of their game. It's very vibrant, very colorful. We're seeing like, a whole bunch of people dropping onto like in the sky, dropping somewhere. I assume a map. I think based off the colors of it and the way that they described it, I'm not against you with the it's a MOBA thing. I would just, maybe this is just me. I would just like to see this studio just get a shot. That's it. Like this is obviously was a smaller idea out of the Bungie studio and enough to have a promise that kept these people in a job. So for me, I'm like in an era where we're all, is this thing gonna make it or this team's let go, that team's let go. I don't know, man. I like what you're saying is very true. And again, I'm following my whole shtick of like, let's just see this game in action before we judge it. But I also think you're right.
It is my hesitancy has nothing to do with the studio and the game. None of that. I'm excited to see it in action. Sway me. Yeah. It's just that like I also think my gut reaction is because things have been so dry on PlayStation side of things. Like this has zero interest for me because that's not the type of game I play from their descriptions. I mean, outside of platformers and maybe frog type games. I don't know.
Whatever the fuck that is. I mean, Luke says it looks and sounds like a failed Ubisoft game. I mean, remember, what is it? Roller, whatever, like it's one of those. It could very well be roller derby.
Yeah,
I think. Freight Conductor says I have higher hopes for this than Marathon, and that also goes the one thing that a lot of people haven't been talking about. On Marathon's end, it looks like it's rough over there in terms of people still like the gameplay, questioning the loop, And then we also saw another game, Arc Raiders, have a similar beta that has drawn in a way more interest in the marathon. And apparently has a much more captivating loop. And Bungie was supposed to have a stream with the community about, hey, here's what we gathered from the beta, but they canceled it last minute.
Mm.
So, yeah, I mean, this sounds more like another free to play game, another
I'm
live
just worried
service.
that this is going to fall in the same lane as Concord did.
Yeah.
Of a game that might look promising, might have a small a fandom around it that will get behind it on day one, and then a month later they're like, all right, not what we want.
Yeah.
And it dies, which sucks.
The only, it seems like the only live service game that is doing well out of PlayStation outside of like Destiny with an asterisk is Helldivers. Helldivers has a new update where you're fighting a new enemy, the Illuminate, and or coming back from the previous games, and there's going to be cities and you're in Super Earth. Like, all that sounds awesome. And just the love out of Helldivers, even just at PAX, I saw so many Helldivers, multiple. And like, the love that I saw on the floor there, it's like, that's genuine. And I think one of the reasons why that game is so successful still is because it was just simply that. It wasn't marketed heavily, if that at all. And it was just a reaction from the audience, right? It's something that felt like came out of nowhere. And I think when I take a look at a marathon or like this LFG game, or anytime Sony pushes out a live service game like a Concord, it's like, do you really want to make this game, or do you feel compelled that you need to make this game? And that's like my only question for like Team LFG is, all right. And I think they know they have a boulder to push up this hill, but like, is this something they're passionate about doing, or is this something that is just happening? You know what I mean? I don't know, but we'll see. I understand the apprehension. I understand where people are at. I'm partially there too, but I don't know. I'm willing to give them a shot, if that makes any sense. Kyle Stevenson. What about the next story on the list here, sir? Take it away.
Tom Midler over at VGC writes, Rockstar reiterates that the latest GTA 6 trailer was captured on PS5. The trailer, which was released on Tuesday, was predictably extremely popular, and at the time of writing has nearly 80 million views after one day. At the end of the trailer, when the game's recently announced May 26, 2026 release date is shown, a message appears at the bottom of the screen stating, quote unquote, captured on PS5. Despite this, some have been wondering just how much of the trailer is actual PS5 footage, and how much of it consists of cutscenes, where lighting and detail can be more easily controlled, and how much is gameplay. In a new post by the official Rockstar Games account on Twitter, the studio clarified, quote, Grand Theft Auto 6 Trailer 2 was captured entirely in-game from a PlayStation 5, comprised of equal parts gameplay and cutscenes, end quote. It's still not clear whether this means the base PS5 console or the PS5 Pro, but until Rockstar clarifies otherwise, it can be assumed to be the former. The jump in graphical detail can be partly explained by the fact that this is the first brand new Grand Theft Auto game for 2 generations, because GTA 5 was originally released on Xbox 360 and PS3 before being remastered for Xbox One and PS4, then again for Series X and S and PS5.
Ooh wee, Kyle Stevenson. We saw the second trailer. We're watching it right now.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
This
dude.
game looks freaking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
I truly thought this was all CG.
Yeah.
This is real.
Yeah. It looks like I got to save up for my Pro.
Yeah.
I like the fact that this is a mix, according to Rockstar. Who knows how much is actually in there? I imagine a decent amount.
Yep.
Of gameplay in this.
Mhm.
I can't really tell the difference
Yeah.
of like a pre-rendered, quote unquote, but like CG style cutscene compared to like what we're actually doing on the sticks while we're playing. It is insane to me what this game looks like.
Yep.
They're both very hot. Like it's
The
unreal.
ghost of light is in here.
Exactly. I have to. Light's not here.
Yeah.
We got to shout it
We
out.
gotta get a little thirsty.
It's like it's one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen, which is weird to say, but I also
all right. Let's zoom in on this hunk right here. Let's just talk about the Jason in the room.
I'll go to the website in a second, but I should expect nothing less, right? Because Red Dead 2 was so impressive visually, and with the detail, and the fact that the GTA has skipped, like they said, in Tom said it on the BGC article, skipped 2 generations.
Yeah,
like I shouldn't be shocked at how graphically impressive this is.
Yeah, and like truly, and I mean this respectfully. Go back to the beginning where like he's shirtless, sweaty, and oh my god, you could see individual muscles move on his body. Like there's a moment in there, I swear to God, I'm not fantasizing it, maybe I am, but like his pec is twitching a little bit. You see like the definition on his back. Yeah, right there. Like it's the attention to detail is insane. Just like even just the lighting is superb. The ray tracing we finally get to see looks beautiful. No way this game's running 60 FPS right now.
Who knows?
Who knows? This truly this looks now I'm finally like I was excited before, now I'm actually amped. Now I'm watching this. I'm incredibly excited for GTA 6.
It's weird to think that it's a year away.
Yeah.
It's
okay, now
weird.
Listen, we play devil's advocate. We are but men.
Yeah.
Lucia, right? Is that her name?
I believe so.
I would start a war for her.
1,000,000%.
My goodness gracious. God broke the mold when he made Hispanic women. And let me tell you, Rockstar, I don't know what you guys are doing over there. I don't know what sauce you're drinking, but machi. My goodness gracious. Yeah.
Also,
but no, jokes aside, game looks great.
Shout out. I believe it's been confirmed that Bobby Moynihan is the other dude in this trailer. He's voicing that character.
Way. Really?
Which is awesome.
He's so fucking talented.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I'm so excited. One of them are definitely turning on the other one, right?
Oh, 100%. Like, dude, Jason,
right?
Name's Jason. He is a cop.
Yeah.
He's an undercover cop.
Well, according to the website, have you been to the website?
No.
All right, give me a second. Let me.
Yeah.
Because it's like insane. The level of detail that they put in.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think the brief cuts of gameplay that I notice is like when he's driving, when he's like on the bike. I think those portions are like gameplay, and it still looks really great. Yeah, Team Lucia.
In case anyone wasn't familiar, Jason and Lucia have always known the deck is stacked against them, but when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America, in the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonida, forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. Then as you scroll through, like, here's Jason.
Okay, he's got a whole expose.
Jason grew up around grifters and crooks. After a stint in the army, trying to shake off his troubled teens, he found himself in the Keys doing what he knows best, working for local drug runners. It might be time to try something new.
Okay.
Look at him. If anything happens, I'm right behind him. He's definitely dying. Meeting Lucia could be the best or worst thing to ever happen to him. Jason knows how he'd like it to turn out, but right now, it's hard to tell. Like, look at this detail, Joe.
Like that's gameplay.
1,000,000%.
That looks incredible.
Look at him with blonde hair and he's fishing with Bobby Moynihan's character. Look at that.
Let's go.
It's incredible.
Let's
And then you
go.
keep scrolling, and then look at the turn. Now we got Lucia.
Yeah, my wife. Oh, she looks upset at me. This is great.
Life has been coming at her swinging ever since.
This is how it starts.
Fighting for her family landed her in the Leonida Penitentiary. Sheer luck got her out. Lucia has learned her lesson. Only smart moves from here. More than anything, Lucia wants the good life her mom has dreamed of since their days in Liberty City.
Liberty
City drop. But instead of half-baked fantasies, Lucia is prepared to take matters into her own hands. Like, look at her hair whipping in the wind.
That's
like
nuts.
It's insane.
I know we're such dummies. We're like hair physics in games. That's how you know the how a generation is kicking off when you can see the strands of it.
Here's where I think Lucia is turning on Jason.
Okay,
fresh out of prison and ready to change the odds in her favor, Lucia is committed to her plan, no matter what it takes. Like, can she be any cooler in this picture of her sitting on this bike?
No, she looks like an undercover cop. You know,
100%. Like, look at him, the old school GTA art style right there.
Love it.
Just chilling on the bed. There, Cal Hampton. That's Bobby Moynihan's.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Like, everyone, please go to the GTA 6 website because it is. These are all screenshots of the game. Like, it's incredible.
It really does.
It looks super cool. Booby Ike.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's Booby. It's not Bobby. It's Booby.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the game just looks beautiful. I truly can't wait. I truly can't wait. It looks really
Have you
great.
met these two yet? Real Dimes?
I mean, they look like lovely ladies. Yeah.
They sure do.
Respectfully. But yeah. All right, Kyle Stevenson. That said, listen, enough GTA talk. We're very excited. Okay. I played Hades 2. I'm very confused. Let me tell you, they're both extremely attractive. But it's time to get hyped over previews. Okay. Kyle Stevenson, I pulled two previews for two different games that were previewed this week and last week. Both the final paragraphs of each. Credit to both. Go to those sites to support these folks. Let's read one at a time. Yeah, you'll take away the first one, Kyle Stevenson, if you may. Or would you like me to?
We're starting with the first game.
First game, yep.
Okay. So the first one is for a preview from Jason Finelli over at Rolling Stone for
FBC Firebreak.
Yep. Fans will be happy to hear that the maestros of psychological terror behind Alan Wake are stepping out of their comfort zone with FBC Firebreak. And so far, the results are shaping up nicely. The jobs are varied and interesting. The hordes of hiss can be overwhelming without a sound strategy, and the upgrade track offers great incentives, even if one of them is an electrified garden gnome. If the final product delivers this many consistent surprises and thrills over time, Firebreak could end up making a similar splash as its single-player predecessors and suck into an entire new audience into the Remedy connected universe.
And then this one, and I saw the video for Simon Cardy over at IGN. Firebreak will feature 5 jobs at release, with 2 more promised at the end of 2025. Those are levels/dungeons. That may not seem like very many, but the game director Mike Kayada tells me that Remedy considers them more like game modes than missions, and I could see that, with each offering replayability and depth due to their multiple clearance levels and evolving objectives, combined with the fact that it will cost $40 and on Game Pass and PlayStation Plus at launch. I think there's enough value here to keep Control veterans and new fans looking for a fun shooter entertained for many hours. There's always online co-op shooter. Road is a daunting one for any developer to choose to walk down right now. But after playing Firebreak, I'm confident that there is a strong foundation here, and one combined with injections of Remedy's unique, quirky personality, I think it can carve its own niche in the space. Much like that dollop of cream carved its own space into my cocktail, and I still drink it all. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Kyle Stevenson, FBC Firebreak. It's here.
Oh, do you not want me to read the last one?
Oops, sorry, there was 3. I lied. Go for it. Read the
No
last one.
worries. Jamie Horror over at Game Rant writes, "My one overarching concern is that it took me a while to warm up to FPC Firebreak. Most of my positive thoughts stem from the final half of my preview session rather than the first. While I don't want to end on a skeptical note, I'm worried about how long it takes to get up to speed on Remedy's latest. It's sure to get its hooks in you once it switches out of first gear, but it's not as immediately enjoyable as some of its rivals. I'm still genuinely excited to play more of FPC Firebreak. I can't wait to take on the remaining jobs and bosses I didn't get to see, test out the other kits, and crank those difficulty settings way up to maximize the chaos. In a sea of multiplayer games that demand so much of your time, live strictly by their seasonal calendars, and often feature overly complicated gameplay mechanics and systems, Firebreak feels like a breath of fresh air." You're muted, Joe.
All right, my bad. That's a drink right there. Take a shot. Joe muted his mic by accident. This definitely, from what I've seen, looks great. But the one thing in particular they said, it was a quote somewhere along the lines of, "This is a game made by middle-aged dudes who want to make a game for middle-aged dudes." Like, this is for someone who, yeah, doesn't have all their time and life to devote to that season pass or the battle pass or whatever have you, that this is going to respect your time as a player, and that you're going to get what you give with this game, and it's going to respect your time as a live service game. Kyle Stevenson, you've been pretty hyped for this game, pretty excited. I
Yeah.
want to know, after these previews, are you getting amped for it? Let me know.
I am. I'm excited because I love Control. I love that universe so much that I will be playing this on day one, at least checking it out. Who knows if I'm going to like stick with it? Because again, it is a multiplayer focused thing. But I trust Remedy with all my heart and soul. It's cool that they're doing something else in the Control universe while we wait for Control 2, whenever that does come. Yeah, I'm super in. It's soon too, which is great. So don't gotta wait too long. I believe it's also day one on PS Plus.
Yep.
For the certain members of the tier. I don't remember which tier it is.
It's extra.
Yeah, so like it's a no-brainer. I'm in. What about you, Joe?
Totally in. At the rip, I wasn't sure how, Remedy's never made a first person game, let alone like a big multiplayer game. So I was a little hesitant, but just seeing the old house again, or the oldest house, whatever, like, and being in that world and seeing it in that first person perspective, and it seemingly embracing the quirky wackiness of the things in Control, right? Like the objects of power, and you seemingly using objects of power to fight your way through. I'm incredibly intrigued by how this game is going to be, how this game's going to play. And though I'm not so sure on the structure, it very much does seem like it is offering that replayability of, like, and I think this is the thing I'm most curious about, the loop, right? Same thing of why everybody's so skeptical of Marathon. I'm cautiously optimistic that Remedy is going to make a Metroidvania-esque way of like dropping into this map and you gaining access to an area of the map that you once didn't have because you got an ability or you got something out of your last run. So that's what intrigues me the most of Firebreak. I'm excited. I kind of, real talk, Kyle, I want to play this with you real bad.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle Stevenson. Let's talk about the next game over here. Take it away, good sir.
Let's do it. The next round of previews is for Death Stranding 2. Was it On the Beach? Is the
On the Beach? We're on it, baby.
This first one comes to us from Marcus Stewart over at Game Informer. Marcus writes, "I clocked 26 hours after 4 days of playing and was sad to put Death Stranding 2 down. Where I was hot and cold on its predecessor, I am all in on the sequel, and I'm impressed by how closely Kojima Productions seems to have listened to feedback. Despite offering me a substantial preview, I missed plenty of content, including optional side missions, cool weapons and gadgets, and a potentially significant plot beats. Players can miss an action packed and seemingly vital cinematic if they chose not to trek through a particular area during a delivery. After seeing it myself, I spoke to other journalists who missed it because they chose to bypass the area where the scene occurs. Knowing this, I wonder if there were other moments I unknowingly missed due to how I approach exploration. That's a bold choice, but off the wall ideas like that make Kojima games so fascinating, and Death Stranding 2 seems chock full of secrets, big and small. Kojima focused on telling a weird story and creating a bizarre experience around it in Death Stranding, which was only somewhat enjoyable. However, the sequel seems more purposeful in delivering a well crafted and consistently entertaining experience. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach has the makings of a perfect sequel, one that iterates and improves upon its predecessor in every way.
All right. This preview comes from Dan Reichert, co-owner of Giant Bomb. He wrote
Giant
on
Bomb
Games.
forever. Hell yeah.
That's right, maybe. We'll talk about that in a sec. He wrote over at GameSpot, like the first game, it can be meditative in the quiet moments as you traverse the environment. But when the game wants to get loud, it does not hold back. One chapter titled Conflagration is one of the most visually stunning sequences I've ever seen in a game. Even running on a base PlayStation 5, it's a spectacle that culminates in a boss encounter that rivals the best Metal Gear Solid boss. Mechanically, it's essentially a shootout with a blah 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 blah. Blah. I'm not gonna read that. So I ain't spoiling nothing. I've been to countless preview events, and in the best case scenario, it usually winds up with a preview along the lines of what I played during my hour demo was great, but let's hope the final product can match what it showed off. But I played 30 hours of Death Stranding 2 before writing this preview, and I could confidently say that it's excellent. And I can't wait to do it all again and much more when the game releases next month. Also, I was listening to him on Jeff Gertzman's show. That preview, 30 hours, huge chunk of the game, very confident in this game. That was only 30 to 40% of this game. The main takeaways are combat is very much improved and there's much more of it. It seems like it's very Metal Gear Solid inspired in terms of combat. Traversal and boss fights have improved greatly. Genuinely seems like this could be something that could possibly dethrone Expedition 33 for us as our current game of the year. Kyle Stevenson, I gotta be real with you. I'm gonna be open and honest. I told myself I'm not gonna watch the previews of anything. I was excited for Death Stranding 2. I love Death Stranding 1, but I was like this level of excitement. Dan Reichert's preview that I watched and I listened to had me so excited I ate it all up. This seems like it is right up my alley. And I am now like I'm counting down the days, and now maybe I'm stupid enough to go buy that limited edition without the steelbook. Kyle, tell me to stop, or else I'm gonna buy Magellan Man like a fucking idiot.
You're gonna do whatever you want to do anyway. So no
That's
matter
right.
what I say.
Poor decisions.
I the only thing I've read are what we just talked about right here and read off the doc for the previews because I'm trying not to because I want to go in as blind as possible. But it all just sounds great. And seeing this footage that IGN put up that we have playing on the video version of the podcast, my goodness. I just can't wait to play. It's funny that both of these previews sort of talk about how they weren't fans of the first one.
Yeah.
So like us who are fans of the first one, I can't even imagine what the sequel will feel like as we're playing. I'll be completely totally honest though, hearing Marcus say that he and other journalists missed a cool cinematic because they chose not to go through.
Yeah.
Has me bummed as somebody that I want to see everything.
Sure.
So I am going to be playing this, like going through every single area. I'll go back and forth. Like I want to see everything that Kojima has in store for us.
Yeah.
And man, it is so exciting. So earlier when I was like, yeah, PlayStation things for PlayStation has been pretty dry.
right here,
This
man.
is pretty great, and
Yep.
we're a month away, and yeah, I'm
Yeah.
in.
And remember, this is like a first party, a second party studio game. This will come to other platforms, PC, we're assuming mobile,
Mhm.
Xbox down the line. So who knows how long this is exclusive to PlayStation, but I can't wait for everybody to play this, man. Um, and listen, I heard stuff about Puppet Man, and one character in particular. First off, Kyle Stevenson, you're gonna lose your mind with the Puppet Man.
Hell yeah,
Oh
I can't
my
wait.
god, can't wait. No spoilers, no nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in. This is it. I finally got the game where I'm like, let's go right after Doom. I'm in for this. Yeah. That's it, Kyle. A little bit of flash news. You want to run it right into it?
Huh, so
Gotta
tired.
run. Gotta run. Jesus, what was I doing? I was really giving it good go. Hey, speaking of Death Stranding 2, speaking about another controller I'm gonna pick up. They got a Death Stranding 2 getting its own PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. It's coming in limited quantities for $84.99 with pre-order starting May 22nd at 10 a.m. at PlayStation Direct. Great. We're but wait for it. And also at participating retailers. So we have a shot, Kyle Stevenson. And
Me too.
the controller launches same day as the game, June 26, 2025, alongside the game itself.
Look at that beautiful controller. Damn straight, I'm gonna buy
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah, I'm dumb.
Come on,
Whatever. Judge me.
I'm not gonna
I'm
miss
looking.
out on another one like these.
You kidding me?
No way.
That's no, it's a really good looking controller. Almost as good looking as the Helldivers one. It's
Sure.
nice. It's pretty. It's real pretty.
I,
Okay, Kyle.
I do I do see the criticism a little bit of it's just a black controller with orange yellow decals on it.
Okay.
But come on.
First off, those people, vanilla. Those
Yeah.
people just want to be mad at.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a little decal. Yeah,
some
I don't know,
joy.
man. Every limited, like the Doom controller is just a little green and a little blood on it. It's still cool
Sure.
as shit,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's only red buttons. Come on, man. Live your life. All right. I don't want to stress on this too much, but intergalactic actor reveals Neil Druckmann's coaching on overcoming online harassment over at VGC. Tabby Gabrielle, who plays Jordan
Tati.
and the tag. What's that?
Tati.
Sorry, what did I say?
Tabby.
I don't even know. Okay. A protagonist of Naughty Dog's next game says that Neil Druckmann has been coaching her to how to deal with online backlash. Quote, Neil's been boot camping me, she told was it Entertainment Weekly.
Mhm.
I know Troy's experience. I know Ashley's experience. I know Bailey's experience. I got a lot of love, but there's a lot of hate over me being a woman of color, me having a shaved head, and all these things that I didn't actually initially see. I'm out of social media zeitgeist for that reason. But once I did, Neil was like, ignore it. No matter what, me and you, we're going to make something beautiful. We're going to make something that we're proud of. Freaking
Hell
cool. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Stop being weird assholes on the internet.
Yeah. All right, please. All right, there you go.
Stellar. Also, no spoilers or anything. Stellar performance in last week's Last of Us episode by
Sure, what?
Tati Gabrielle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not by Bella. I'm gonna be real. That was a letdown.
You're
real.
nuts.
Was not a fan. I preferred the game. That was the first episode where I was like, didn't do it for me.
You're nuts.
So I'm joining the hate brigade over there online.
Oh boy.
All right. But look at that. I said I didn't like something. I'm moving on with my life. I said it once and I'm done. God, these people on the internet, let's go make some memes and ruin a young person's life. Because whatever. All right. PlayStation Plus Extra May lineup has been revealed. Kyle, we got Sandland, Soul Hackers 2, Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted Full-Time Edition, Battlefield 5, Stalker, Legends of the Zone Trilogy, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. Come on, guys. Come on. What are we doing just jamming words together and hoping they make sense? What is this? Anyway, Humankind, what I'm losing faith in. Story of the Seasons, A Wonderful Life, Gloomhaven Mercenaries Edition. And you might be wondering, what am I paying PlayStation Plus Premium for? I'll tell you, Battle Engine Aquila. Kyle Stevenson, how do you like this month's lineup?
I think it's okay.
Okay.
I think the Stalker trilogy is really cool.
Yeah.
I've heard RPG fans liking Soul Hackers too. It's not on my radar. I'm not familiar with the series. I know it's beloved by many.
Yeah.
Sandland, I think, is a good game. I don't know.
I think it was it was good. It came out last year, so it's the one of the newest out of these. Yeah.
Yeah. But like premium members. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't even know what that game is.
New Steve in the chat writes, wow, premium really is that bad, huh?
New Steve. Hold on, I gotta look this up because
it's bad, dude. Like, what are we doing with premium? One game?
2003 game.
And here's the thing: I was gonna downgrade because of the price hike. I was like, well, what am I getting out of this? And literally the day after, I fell asleep. I was like, I'll do it in the morning. They charged me, so I couldn't get away with it. So I still have premium for another year. But like, truthfully, get extra. That's all you need. Premium. Yeah, they're so rare. I mean, it's so rare. It's a dime a dozen at this point. Just if you're really interested in that game, just buy the game.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle Stevenson.
Wild.
I want you to talk about the most memorable game that you played at PAX East, and also understand that I'm real tired.
What is that supposed to mean?
Then I want to end at the 2-hour mark.
You think I'm gonna talk for 40 minutes?
Yeah, I don't. I think you've played. I think you've played a lot of games. I
played exactly. I think 8 or 9 games at PAX. Okay. It wasn't a lot.
Fair enough. Go for it then.
But I will. I'll talk about my 3 favorites. How about that?
Son of a bitch. You see this? I tried to put him in the corner. He's like, no way.
Hell
Go
no.
for it.
You can't put Kai in the corner.
No.
I'll be quick on it though. Demon's Tides, a sequel to Demon's Turf, platformers Dream. Let me see if I can pull up gameplay for video watchers so you can get an idea. The thing I love about Demon's Tides is it gives you a ton of choices of how you want to explore the area, right? So like hold on, why is this? There we go.
There you go.
There we go. It gives you tons of choices of how you want to traverse the world. So like you have your traditional double jump, and then you have a spin in the middle of your jump that will give you extra distance, and then if you do a dash while you're spinning, you get even extra
oh wow, this is really nice artwork.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. This is exactly the demo that I played at PAX, the exact level. So you get a good feel for it. It does feel a little floaty, but it's still like, my God, it's so good. So if you're a fan of platformers and you want to play this game, get this one on your radar later this year, I believe. The first game is, I believe, out on PlayStation.
Okay.
And I say that with the inflection of my voice because I'm not entirely sure, but I can look that up in a second. But yeah, it's gorgeous. It plays surreal. Yeah, get it on your radar,
please. Okay, what's the second game that you've been playing, Kossi?
Second game is a for now, the last 2 for now, Steam only.
Okay.
PC only. Sorry,
mouse keyboard. Boo.
Sorry, everybody. But my runner up to game of show was a game called Lurks Within Walls. And you're like, Kyle, what kind of weird shit are you into? Hey, well, guess what? I'm going to tell you all about it. It is a dungeon crawler, but it's a horror game. So it's you're going. I don't know why I'm here in this world, but you're going through and you're just trying to figure out what's going on. And it's a dungeon crawler, so you only have to worry about going north, south, east, and west.
Okay.
So there's no like you don't have to worry about your thumbstick. D-pad's fine.
Sure.
I actually got to play. I played this on mouse and keyboard, and I was fine because it was so simple.
Cool. Like any idiot could do it. That's great.
Yeah, no, I'm an idiot, and I could do it, so it's great.
Make me sick.
But it is like traditional turn-based RPG, which I'll speed forward a little bit so we can get some of the combat in there.
Sure.
Where it's like XCOM type of deal where you can choose where you aim at the body, and it gives you a percentage of if it will hit or not. And each has a different kinds of things. So if you want to go for a critical, you aim for the head.
No, don't like that. No. Oh, it crept up so weird.
Yeah. So the other really cool thing about this is the monsters are designed by Trevor Henderson, who created the infamous Siren Head monster.
Okay. Cool.
He's also doing the design on the Long Lady for one of my most anticipated games called Ghosts. It's eerie. It's got some interesting vibes. I love how the demo ended where the player you're playing gets captured, and then all of a sudden you play as the soldier coming into this parking garage and you don't know what's going on. So you can get some claws here for an additional weapon. It's just super.
What's the next game you've been playing, Kyle? This freaks me out.
I want to keep talking about this. This is so cool.
Whoa.
I want more horror turn-based stuff. You don't like this little lady right here?
No, Kyle, I really don't like
this. Is I'm gonna tell you right now, this video I pulled up is from months ago.
Yeah.
She looks way creepier now in the demo that I played at PAX. So
that's good.
It's great. It's really great. I just saved Joe from having nightmares. My game of show is a game that Joe, I'm sure you will talk about because you went to go play it.
Yes, sir.
It is stellar, and I'm hoping I can find gameplay footage of this.
Because it's a small indie. He made this with his friends. They're like, hey, listen, we're bouncing. He's like, all right, well, I'm finishing this thing. It's called Revenant's Reach.
And it's been in development for 10 years. His friends were like, I got to get a real job, so I can't do this anymore. So he's continuing. He's finishing it. This is the only video I could find of 2020. So the game looks wildly different. It's an interview, but think Celeste platforming.
Okay.
Hard kind of platforms with like action Sekiro Souls parry stuff.
How about this? Can I be the pitch man here?
Sure.
Meet Sekiro platforming meets Donkey Kong Country Return 2D 2.5D meets Sekiro parrying.
Sure. And like the video we're watching right now on screen, it is so wildly different than what we are seeing now. And I do want to shout out Luke Lewis of Crossplay Conversations because he's the one that got this on my radar for me to go play it at PAX, and I instantly fell in love. I did beat Joe's time, no big deal. It's fine. I'm the better gameplay player. It's fine. But the really cool thing is each screen is its own level. So if you die, you respawn at the start of that. So there's no like long treks. It's every screen is its own thing. Where it really gets its groove is at the end of the demo, you fight this boss and it combines all these platforming sections with the attacks where you have to rely on your heavy attacks, your what is essentially the visceral attacks where you can like hook shot into them and do a massive attack to them. It feels so good and it's so cool. Yeah, this little freak, the knight that was just on screen. It's like really, really impressive, and I can't stop thinking about it. I hope it comes out on PlayStation, so the majority of you who only play on PlayStation consoles can play it, because I really think it's so cool, and what a wonderful blend of genres, and it nails it. So like, get Revenant's Reach on your radar. I believe he said that he is releasing the demo in a few weeks post PAX. So If you want to check it out on Steam, please do, because if you're watching this video version, the game looks nothing like this anymore.
It looks
It
so
looks
much better.
so wildly different, and it feels
Yeah.
great. So Revenant's Reach, really, really good.
Yeah, go check a look at that. And yeah, he did tell me, he's like, I'm a PlayStation player. It's coming to PlayStation in time if we're able to hit some goals. So
okay,
yeah, awesome. Kyle Stevenson, that game was what I was going to talk about. So thanks a lot. That was my game of show. I really enjoyed it. My second game of the show was Myco Punk.
Oh, yeah.
This is a Devolver joint. This is also a very small team making it. Think of it of Helldivers meets Borderlands meets your cockroaches that are piloting robots. You're dropped into levels. You each have a mission to complete said level. So it could be just simply kill all the bad guys on screen in waves, or it could be like, hey, turn on this generator, this, that, and the other thing. So there's different missions in each level that make it solely uniquely its own thing. There's also different mechs with different abilities. When you die, your robot gets broken into two, and your team has to collect your body, or you have to crawl to your body in order to revive. It's really cool. It's really unique. And I was loving my time with this game. Humble brag, they said I was the best they've ever seen, and it's not going to get any much better than me. But no, joking aside, I fell in love with this game, and I was already inherently good at it. Like, the controls are so simple. If you are like a fan of Borderlands, you're just a first person shooter, just even novice, like, you're going to get something out of this. It's a really good time. And I've talked to them. I said, listen, as long as you say this thing may come to PlayStation, come on the pod, talk about your game, because it's a wild time. It's really good. It's a blast. So
only if they come on dressed as cockroaches like they were all of PAX East.
Please, for the love of God. But truthfully, like, PAX East was so wonderful because of all the amazing people we were meeting.
Absolutely.
All the insanely talented devs. It was just such a fun time.
Can I ask you of another game you brought up briefly that
Please.
is coming to PlayStation? So folks who listen to us for our PlayStation takes, you played Crimson Desert.
Yeah,
it's a big one. What do you think?
I need more time with it. Truthfully, I don't think there was like 15, 20 minutes was enough with it. The game is incredibly dense in terms of the controls. So I was thinking, because it looks a lot like an Assassin's Creed game, right? Just the way, like, the camera shot, the way you were traversing, how back the camera is, just everything is like, oh, this is like Valhalla, right? Let me give this a shot. Very much wrong. This I was having a hard time with it because I was thinking, like, it was, oh, maybe it's like a Souls game, maybe it's like an Assassin's Creed game. No, it's more like a fighting game. And once I got that line of thinking, I've like played this like a fighting game, then the combat started to mix and match more. It's just, I felt like the controls itself were a little bit cumbersome and not explained particularly well. Not because I don't think the game's good, but because they were just like, here's 30 minutes. This is a lot of stuff we're throwing at you right off the rip. And I was having a difficult time doing it. But the design, like the character designs, look really awesome. And the game shows promise. I just need to truthfully, I need to play more of it to get a final judge. Also, shout out to Dune. Dune was a game that I tried to get into media hour. Unfortunately, internet there crashed. Light got to play it. She really enjoyed it. I was stalking that booth. The game looks so good. I talked to the devs. I was like, hey, can we, what are we thinking about a console release? They're thinking, from what they told me, it was like upwards of a year release. They're thinking about crossplay and if they can integrate it, and cross progression if they can integrate it. They're thinking about it. They want to do it. They just need to see if they're able to. So truly, I really wish I could get my hands on Dune, but also, it was mouse and keyboard. I ain't doing that shit. kidding me? That's I hiss at the thought. So yeah, those were my three most like played games. I also got into the Elden Ring Dome. So not only did I get the lanyards, I entered the dome, but it was just the 45-minute trailer, and one person gets to play it. I was like, listen, I love the Elden Ring
Oh,
Dome.
somebody actually got to play?
Yeah, you play it alongside a dev, but it's just like, hello, Stingray X. But yeah, that's it. I was like, listen, I'm not gonna waste 45 minutes just to be in the Elden Ring Dome, just to say I was in the Elden Ring Dome, but I was in it.
What an awful waste of floor space. Why that wasn't playable for other people is wild to me.
You kidding me? I'm giving away these lanyards, Kyle.
Yeah, they were at the front of the convention center because they couldn't give them away because nobody was stopping in.
Right, because it was an awful system that they had. Truly awful.
I think you had a wish list in order to get a lanyard, and then they're like, all right, here, just put them in the basket out front.
Here you go. Yeah, everybody's like, oh, line's done. Okay, done. Yeah. Listen, Night Rain, I'm still very skeptical. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's why I was hoping to play it.
Yeah,
because like I want to play it before I drop $50-$60 on it.
Yeah. All right, Kyle, are you holding on to something?
Yes, I'm holding on. Oh,
please.
I'm holding on to this.
Oh, let me grab mine.
You have it open, so that's why I didn't open mine.
Oh shit.
One of the few purchases I made at PAX East, they had the Alan Wake 2 thermoses in stock, and I absolutely grabbed it.
100%. And really, thank you, Kyle, for telling me, because I went immediately. First thing I did on day 2, I went to the what is it, IM8-bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, truthfully, they're like, we have more of these, but we already sold out a half of the stock of the thermoses. So like, you're lucky that you came in now. So
once again, shout out to Luke Lewis, Crossplay Conversations. He was at GDC, and there was an IM8-bit booth there.
Yeah,
and they had them there. And I was like, oh man, I'm so jealous because they were out of stock by the time I had money to buy them. And then at PAX, he happened to walk by it because I didn't even go to that section. He was like, Kyle, they're here. I was like, on my way.
Love that for us.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle Stevenson, prepare the drop. Here are the latest steals and deals coming to the PlayStation storefront.
So here's the deal. There's a lot of games coming out on PlayStation next week, so I won't be able to show all the trailers, but I will shout them all out. So video viewers, I apologize.
Go for it.
Roadcraft comes to PS5 on May 20th. This is a big one, Joe. Are you ready?
Okay, I hope.
May 20th, PS5, PS4. Sea of Stars, Throes of the Watchmaker, free DLC. It is here. Nice. I can't believe it. So, more Sea of Stars. Get hyped.
Love to see
we have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, Splintered Fate, coming to PS5 and PS4. And next, May 20th, it's a mobile game. So, temper your expectations. Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, comes to PS5 and PS4 on May 21st. One of 6-1 Indies own Harry Loizides. One of his games was the show. Monster Train 2 comes to PlayStation 5 on May 21st.
Really good. Played that, loved it.
If you like Slay the Spire, it's that style of game. Coming to PlayStation next week.
Let's go.
Also on May 22nd, a game called Blades of Fire comes to PS5. We've got Deliver at All Costs coming to PS5 on May 22nd.
Okay.
Another big time indie, Linked Banner of the Spark, which was also at PAX. I didn't get to play it on May 22nd on PS5. PSVR 2 shout out on May 22nd. Zombie Army VR. TMT is a frog-like game. The hell yeah, TZ. So we got some PSVR 2 shout out. And then here's a nice little big one on May 23rd. Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny comes to PS4. It's the second game in that franchise. So get hyped for the new Onimusha next year.
And also, apparently, the Celtics win.
Come on, Nick. Get it together.
I don't know what any of that means. Sports are beneath me. Kyle Stevenson, what's the next one?
That's it.
Oh, ooh-wee. Those are all the games coming up to the PlayStation storefront next week. Can't wait. That's it, Kyle Stevenson. It's time for our favorite segment, but sadly, the last segment of the show, it's time for the Sony Pony Express.
Yeah.
Yeah. The audience let me down this week. We only got 2 questions in.
It's fine.
Boo,
You will
audience.
never let me down, audience. Just know that.
Boo. I'm
Just
a
know
bad
that.
cop. He's a good cop. Boo. All
I
right.
love you all so very much. I know you're very busy. Writing questions is hard work. No worries.
Boo. I have favorites. All right, Kyle.
I love and appreciate you.
Love
Tristan Wonderland writes in, "Hey everyone, I just went full digital on PS5 at last, traded in the remaining discs I had for the PS5 for a new controller and $150 in PlayStation cards. My local GameStop hates me because once I beat a game, I bring in the disc without the case to trade in due to me to collecting the cases for my tower. My question is, and I'm sure you've said it plenty of times, are you guys physically digital or both? I just find it so easy and I don't have to drive to buy a new game I want. LOL, quote unquote lazy. But I work 2 jobs, so I don't know how lazy I really am. First of all, you're not lazy. At some point in my life I worked 4 jobs. I get it.
Yeah.
It's tough. I'm always physically, unless it's something that I can't wait for the mail to deliver. Because the big ones I will go run out and pre-order at Best Buy and hopefully pick it up on release day.
Doom got a physical. Some games that got physical. Doom didn't come with a disc; it came with a code. But even like the code was shaped like a disc, like it was in the case. I thought that was weird.
Oh, that's nice.
But that was a Steam key I gave to Dan over at the Nerd Chat. And then like the beautiful Doom collectors right here. Let me grab it. It's beautiful. The card's gonna slide off. Oh no. Oh, it was worth it though. That was a painful sound. Gonna edit that out. Did you hear that?
Not at all.
Fair enough. Look at my Doom boy. Look at him. Look at that. Close in.
I'm not at all jealous, which by the way, our Doom review is live, so go check
That's
that
right.
out on the YouTube channel.
And on the podcast feeds. You already
there you
checked
go.
it. Hopefully you already checked it out.
I'm not at all jealous that you have the platinum and mine is bugged 1 trophy away.
Yeah.
I hate that.
You and Luke the same.
Yeah.
It's like it's making his eye twitch. He's the Berserker one.
Yep.
Yeah, the same
That's
one.
the one.
Glitched on you. There you go. Welcome to literal hell.
I hate it.
Yeah.
And I looked at PSN profiles. If it did not glitch, I would have been the 3rd one with the platinum.
Oh, Kyle Stevenson. So no. You are the 3rd one. Asterisk.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, I'm counting it.
Oh, so Kenneth has a great question. Is
Yes.
the cape nice to touch?
Yes, but it's hard to put it's like a socket, and the socket's difficult to jam in there. So yeah, I'm not gonna touch it, but also it's very like it kind of like it immediately goes up. You have to fix the cape a little bit to make it look capish, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah. Also, Nissa said they just put out a patch today. So
Ooh,
yeah.
I gotta check.
Yeah.
I gotta check.
Keep price so Xbox user joins. I don't know what that means, Lee.
I think it's because of the title of the show, considering price increase.
So
they keep the price the same, so more Xbox people come on over.
Sure.
Yeah. Whatever.
All right. So yeah, no, for me it's a little bit A and B. Honestly, I think Death Stranding is a physical purchase.
Yeah.
If I can't get the Steelbook, I'll get that physically, and it'll count for me at least.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that'll be physical. Kyle Stevenson, what's the next question here on your?
And our last question, the Sony Pony Express, comes from Katie. Good evening, Trophy Room Trio. Hope we are good and recovered from PAX. PlayStation concert was amazing, by the way. Not at all jealous. Hope you get to go when it comes to the States. Don't forget to bring your tissues. You'll need them. So, I've been binging Andor, a Star Wars show that really dives into how the rebellion was formed. Joe, we need to discuss.
On episode 5, I'm getting there.
So my question this week, is there an event in a game, something you've heard of in passing, something you read in a piece of codex that you would like to be explored more? I'd love to have more of a look into the first Contact War in Mass Effect. There's so much history and lore in Halo that I'd love to be explored. So, what would you like to see? As always, much love, guys. Much love to you, Katie.
Much love, much love. Oh man, it's so much. That's a
I
loaded
got,
question.
I got one.
I think mine's might be the same as yours. Take it
I
away.
don't know. You go for it.
What's it? Ish from The Last of Us.
That's a good one.
Sewers. Yeah,
That's a good one.
I'd like that Kodak to be fleshed out in its own. Like it felt like it could be its own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to play When the World Went to Shit in Horizon. I want to play that whole sequence of the Pharaoh robots taking over and the scramble, and I want to see it all.
Yeah, that's a real good one. Shoot. There's so many like weird Bloodborne and like Elden Ring stuff.
Yeah.
So literally anything. Yeah. There's just so much. Like I love lore in games. It's hard for me to just pick out like a single bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anything BioShock related. I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But Andor, very excited to finish. I'm gonna be binging it this over the weekend. Because I hear my brother literally is like, Joe, you need to watch this quick because he's like, it's not just some of the best Star Wars. First off, he's like, it's the best piece of Star Wars content ever made. I'm like, okay. He's like, it's one of the best shows I've ever seen. Okay. So and he's like, and it has nothing to the reasons why I love it have nothing to do with Star Wars. So I'm like, all right, I'm intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love I think the thing that I love most about Andor, I'm sorry I'm getting off tangent here, but like literally is just like, hey, we're not here to just give you fan service. We're here to tell you a really good kick-ass story. It's politically intrigue. It's like spies and all that stuff. That's cool, you know? All right, gang, that's been the trophy room this week. That's it. That's all we got. We'll see you next week. Maybe we got some cool stuff planned and to show you guys. I don't know. That's up to Light.
Oh.
Yeah. Kyle Stevenson, anything you'd like to spotlight before we get on out of here?
Myself, Mr. K-Step. I'm
go.
close to crossing 2,000 followers on Blue Sky, so go help make that happen. 6-1 Indie for all the indie game news you need to know about. 6-1 Indie Showcase is next week on Thursday, May 22nd. I can't believe it. YouTube.com/61indie, 61indie.com. I believe it'll be on the IGN YouTube channel, various other places. It's a big one, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. I'll be at SGF in a few weeks, so if you're in the LA area, come say hi. I will be at the SGF showcase itself, so if you see me in the crowd, if you're planning on live reacting with Light, keep an eye out for me. I'll be screaming when FF9 remake gets announced finally.
Hell yes.
That's the dream. So, and last but not least, tell somebody you love them. And I love and appreciate all of you very, very much.
Yeah, likewise. Gang, you can find me, you know where, Mr. Badbit over at Blue Sky, Trophy Room over at Blue Sky. You can follow the show over on YouTube, like the live audience is doing at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube at PS Trophy Room on YouTube URL. You can find us over at Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Please review us over there. Dare I say, if you made it this far, I'll give away a copy of Death Stranding 2 on day of release. Hit us with a 5-star review over at Spotify. Share it to us over at Blue Sky. If you rated us over on Apple Podcasts, share that 5-star rating with us, and you're entered to win. Easy as that. With all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, I love y'all. Keep your wits about you. Keep hunting and keep playing PlayStation. See you guys.
Bye. Love you. Joe, don't forget you're in charge of ending it.
Oh, I know. I'm bastarded out. Everybody, I love y'all.
Bye.